Chemical equations? They sound complicated, but they're just like recipes for chemical reactions. They tell us what we start with and what we get after a chemical change. These equations are written in a special language using chemical formulas. For example, H2O is the formula for water. It tells us that each water molecule is made of 2 hydrogen atoms, H, and 1 oxygen atom, O. Chemical equations are important because they show us exactly what happens during a chemical reaction. They're like a secret code that unlocks the mysteries of chemistry. In a chemical equation, we have reactants and products. Reactants are like the ingredients in our recipe. They are the substances we start with, the ones that undergo a chemical change. Products are what we get after the reaction, the new substances that are formed. Think of them as the delicious cake we bake using our ingredients. We use an arrow to separate the reactants from the products. The arrow points from the reactants to the products, showing the direction of the chemical reaction. It's like saying, reactants transform into products. Here's a fundamental law of science. The law of conservation of mass. It states that matter cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction, it simply changes forms. Imagine you're building with Legos. You can take apart a Lego structure and build something new, but you still have the same number of Lego blocks. The same principle applies to chemical reactions. This law is super important when we balance chemical equations. It means that the total number of atoms of each element must be the same on both sides of the equation. We can't have atoms magically appearing or disappearing. Balancing chemical equations is all about making sure we have the same number of atoms of each element on both sides of the equation. It's like making sure our Lego creation has the same number of blue blocks before and after we rebuild it. We can't change the chemical formulas of the reactants or products because that would change the chemicals involved. Instead, we use coefficients. Coefficients are numbers we place in front of the chemical formulas. They tell us how many molecules of each substance are involved in the reaction. For example, 2H2O means we have 2 water molecules. Section 5. Balancing equations. Step by step, let's break it down. Ready to balance some equations? Here's a step-by-step guide. First, write the unbalanced equation. Start by writing the chemical formulas of the reactants and products, separated by an arrow. Next, count the atoms. Make a list of all the elements present in the equation and count how many atoms of each element are on the reactant side and the product side. Then, adjust coefficients. Start by balancing the elements that appear only once on each side of the equation. After that, move on to elements that appear in multiple compounds. Finally, check your work. Once you think the equation is balanced, double-check to make sure you have the same number of atoms of each element on both sides. Section 6. Working with examples, practice makes perfect. Let's try balancing the equation for the combustion of methane. The unbalanced equation is CH4 plus O2 yields CO2 plus H2O. First, let's count the atoms. On the reactant side we have 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen atoms. On the product side we have 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen and 3 oxygen atoms. Next we adjust the coefficients. To balance the oxygen we need 2 H2O on the product side. So our equation now reads CH4 plus O2 yields CO2 plus 2 H2O. Now we have 4 hydrogen atoms on both sides. To balance the oxygen we need 2 O2 on the reactant side, making our equation CH4 plus 2 O2 yields CO2 plus 2 H2O. Finally, let's check our work. On the reactant side, we have 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen, and 4 oxygen atoms. On the product side, we have 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen, and 4 oxygen atoms. The balanced equation is CH4 plus 2 O2 yields CO2 plus 2 H2O. Section 7. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Don't fall into these traps. Here are some common mistakes to avoid when balancing chemical equations. First, changing subscripts. Remember, you can't change the subscripts in chemical formulas. That would change the identity of the substances. Next, forgetting diatomic molecules. Elements like hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen exist as diatomic molecules in their natural state. Don't forget to account for this when counting atoms. Lastly, not simplifying coefficients. Once you've balanced the equation, check if you can simplify the coefficients by dividing them by a common factor. Section 8. Keep practicing. You got this. Balancing chemical equations takes practice, but don't get discouraged. Just like riding a bike, It becomes easier with time and effort. Start with simple equations and gradually work your way up to more complex ones. There are tons of online resources and practice problems available to help you master this essential skill. Remember, everyone makes mistakes along the way. The key is to learn from them and keep practicing. Section 9. Conclusion. Chemical equations made easy. Congratulations. You've embarked on an exciting journey into the world of chemical equations. You've learned how to decipher the language of chemistry, balance equations like a pro, and avoid common pitfalls. Remember, balancing chemical equations is a fundamental skill in chemistry. It's like having a superpower that allows you to understand and predict the outcomes of chemical reactions. So, keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep the wonders of chemistry alive.